Well, Jac, welcome into the Blues family and to Goldenton Road. You make the short journey to us from our neighbours, Ampthill. What's your feelings going into the 2022-23 campaign?
It's pretty exciting, mate, to be honest. It was a long but good season in Ampthill. And like you said, it's a short trip over. First thing, I need to say is absolutely loved my time there. You know, spent 3 years, 3 really solid years of developing. And I think that's it. Just turned 24. It's probably time for a new challenge, but also keep developing at the same time. And as I'm sure we'll discuss later, the reasons why and what I'm excited for. But that's it. I think for the next season is keep developing and keep enjoying my rugby.
I'm sure fans can already tell by the way you've just answered that question. You are another Welshman. You've joined a long list of us here at Bedford Blues. I know you've been in and around Bedfordshire for a couple of years now, but does that help when you come to a new club that there are at least familiar people in lots of different aspects, including where you were from as a child?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, it's always nice to have an affiliation with something. It's always nice to have that thing in common, and it made things easier settling into Ampthill as well. As everyone knows, Tommy's got his Welsh as well, so it is always nice. It always makes things easier to settle up with. But I think on the other hand as well, you need to be able to get out your comfort zone. First time leaving South Wales when I joined Ampthill. Now it's my first club after Ampthill. So I think that's another exciting prospect as well, is despite having that thing in common, it's also a chance to get up my comfort zone and give something else a good go.
Yeah, you've been in and around Bedfordshire for the last couple of years. What was the main reason that makes you come to Bedford Blues at this time in your career?
I think it goes back to that challenge, and it doesn't need for me to speak about 2 minutes on the brand of rugby and Goldenton Road and the crowds you get in general. That's me as a rugby player. I want to marry up my ability in defence and my work rate with also what I believe I can bring as well in attack. And it is always nice when a team is getting its rewards in attack. So I think it's a big factor and a big pull for me to join Bedford. You're
one of a small list of players that played in every game last season, every championship game and every championship cup game. So you've clearly got a lot of experience in the league. You put your highlights video out on LinkedIn the other day, included 90% of highlights against us. I guess that's kind of what hinted our coaches to bring you to us. Were those games against Bedford always built up as that Battle of Bedfordshire, and you wanted to show it in like a sort of localish derby that we've sort of made it into in more recent years?
Absolutely, mate. And coming from South Wales, as you kindly alluded to, that there's always that derbies, the Boxing Day derbies and the local derbies from the town next door. And as we used to refer to a lot, there was many years ago when we wouldn't have been allowed on the same pitch as Bedford at the time, and probably my fondest game to date, and the game that sticks to me, is that Boxing Day game back in the season that was cut short due to COVID. And when you get in the quantity of people there watching and the local derbies you want to win, of course, it's naturally going to spike your emotions and your motivation to try and do the best that you can. Yeah.
Tommy was obviously a club legend here at Bedford from his playing days. I guess he was the main reason that brought you to Bedfordshire in the first place, that Welsh link. Maybe he saw you, I guess, at Cardiff Met, and he's brought you to this part of the world.
Yeah, Tommy was a massive factor. Anyone who's worked with him, he's one of a kind. He's a great bloke, great coach, and absolutely, the link with Cardiff Met and Ampthill, and Tommy was kind enough to take a chance on me at the time, and I'm really grateful for it. Yeah.
You've obviously had some really good days with Ampthill, including against us, as we've hinted to. If supporters don't know what kind of player you are, how would you personally describe your game?
Honest, hardworking. In defence, I like to put myself about, try and make as many tackles as I can, but also as well in attack, I like to play rugby, and I am a footballer in attack, and I'd like to think that I can join in, the Bedford style of players everyone refers it to, and really add something to that. But something I want to bring as well is that physicality and that work rate in defence. And, you know, I want to be able to be a part of a team that's hard to beat, as well as a team that can score tries as well. Yeah.
I haven't briefed you on what Mike's said in his quote, so this will be the first time that you hear it as well as I say it. He's described you as a certain Alex Dombrand. Are you? Is that kind of the game that you're kind of moulding yourself into?
A budget Dom, as I'd call myself, probably. You know, we both played for the same Cardiff Met team, and you know the philosophy there with Danny Milton and guards was to express yourselves and enjoy it. And, you know, nobody does that better than Domas. You know, his natural ability is there for everyone to see now on international stage. You know, unfortunately, not touching him in any stretch of the margin, but to be linked to someone like that, that is absolutely the way I like to play rugby. You know, Domas, I'm sure, will say the way he likes to play is an open, expansive. And, you know, I remember a comment he told me was, what if you didn't do it? What would be the outcome if you didn't do it? Not what the outcome is, what you did do. So if something's on, you think it's on, have a go. And I think that's the way I'd like to play, yeah.
And you shared the field at Ampthill with Louis Grimaldi, who obviously came 12 months ago. Was he somebody that you spoke to about maybe joining us here for next season?
Absolutely. You know, I probably gave Louis a bit of stick when he left Ampthill. You know, and when it comes down to it, you get to understand rationales and the people's different reasons for leaving. You know, I've got my reasons and Louis had his. So absolutely, when, you know, I was started to get in talks with Bedford, he was the first person that I spoke to try and get what the feel of the club and what it's like. And like I said, I want to develop, and obviously messaged him some questions in relation to that. And, you know, everything Louis said about the club and everything that I want to hear, that's what he told me. So it was nice.
Louis is the shining light of what I guess Bedford are trying to do in more recent times. Obviously, that work-life balance. We can see behind you with the stuff that's written on the board and the T-shirt that you're wearing, that you're also in a similar sort of profession to what Louis is. Does that, again, help that there's other players here at Bedford that are going through what you're going through with that transition of trying to mix being an outstanding rugby player with making sure that you've got another career outside of the game as well?
Yeah, of course. You know, everyone in the league, like probably a number of people on my hand, the people that don't want to be professional rugby players. Everyone in the league wants to be a professional rugby player. There's reasons, and there's things. There's reasons why we aren't professional rugby players, and you know we are second to that. And I'm in the best scenario that I can be in. You know, I'm in an unbelievable school, Samuel Whitbread Academy, and I'm playing for a brilliant rugby club in the area as well. And, you know, it makes things easier when you turn up to training and everyone else is in the same boat. You know, everyone's first to the coffees, everyone's trying to get things in order to wake themselves up. And it makes things easier when you go to the gym beforehand, and it's not just you who's in that mindset of, oh, I really can't be bothered today. You know, it motivates you when everyone else is in the same position. You know, and I'm referring back to Ampthill now, but Joe Bursis, everyone knows Joe, even those people from Bedford will probably know Joe. He's a roofer, you know, up at 6, doesn't finish roofing until 3. So I really can't count myself hard because I'm a PE teacher. A lot of my time is spent watching other people run around rather than run around myself. But certainly it does make things easier when it's not just you in that scenario.
And I guess you've spoken about the fans very positively so far in this interview. I guess it's the best place to end. What's your special message to the Blues family going into the 2022-23 campaign?
I think the message is, let's enjoy it. You know, you guys you're steeped in history for what you bring to the players, and every comment you'll see on Instagram is those saying how this is the best fans in the league. And from my experience playing there, it's absolutely right. You know, it doesn't have to take me to speak about it. And it's just, you know, look forward to meeting you all. I'm sure I'll try my hardest to get to know everyone in the bar or in pre-season, whatever it is. But I just look forward to it and see you guys soon.